Hello everyone. We're on the Iowa side this week because on Sunday, right around the time that you might be getting up or getting your morning coffee, around 7 a.m., this bridge behind me, this old green bridge, is going to be detonated and demolished. It's the end of an era, if you will. This bridge has been part of the Quad Cities for decades. It used to be a toll bridge. And that changed years ago. But it has been a symbol, a hallmark, a way of passage. It has been part of the identity of the Quad Cities for a long, long time. And Sunday, in just a moment, really, much of what you see behind me, at least the green part, will be gone. And you know, that's how life happens sometimes. You know, we are part of transitions all the time. There are bridges in our lives. There are ways in which we go from one place to another. And, you know, God is no stranger to that. You remember, the people of Israel crossed from Egypt into the Promised Land. There was a bridge of God's covenant and care. It was not an easy passage, but they did it. We know that later on, Mary and Joseph had to cross from their home back into Egypt to be safe from King Herod and those who were hunting the baby Jesus and his family. We know that Paul, in his missionary journeys, had to go from place to place to place, always sort of staying one step ahead of the law and the people that were pursuing him. He didn't necessarily use bridges like the one behind, but ships as a way to travel from one place to another. Many of our ancestors crossed the sea, the Atlantic, to come to this area and what they called the New World. Again, not necessarily on a bridge, but they were crossing via ships. When they moved from the east to the Midwest, they built bridges across rivers like the Mississippi and ones that were much smaller in order to get from place to place. So you see, crossing from one place to another, whether you use a bridge or a boat or something else, or it's just an emotional crossing, God is with us through all of those times. I said in a reset video a couple of weeks ago, faith doesn't shield us from these transitions. It sees us through these transitions. Now, there'll be some who will be very, very sad that this bridge is gone. Others will say, it's had its time, good riddance. However you feel about this transition, this bridge, or the bridges and transitions that happen in your life all the time, as people of faith, we don't need to fear them, including the transition from life to death to new life. I'm going to talk about that in the next reset video. But for today, it is the end of an era. And we, again, as people of faith, should not fear those, because life takes us from one place to the next. God goes with us. Jesus goes with us. The Holy Spirit goes with us. We're never alone in those. And if we trust that God wills good for us, then we know that even the hardest transitions, the hardest bridges to cross, as that old Simon and Garfunkel song says, the bridges over troubled waters, right? We know that the people of God, the people of faith, have been traversing those bridges for centuries, for millennia, really. And God has always been there, not just in spirit, but with each other. And so we rely on each other too when we cross these bridges, whether we're excited to cross them or we're terrified to cross them. So even though this bridge is going to be demolished in just a couple of days, in fact, on the very day you're watching this, if you're watching on Sunday, we know that there's something to replace it, a new bridge. And that's true of our lives too. God is always putting new bridges when old ones collapse. That's what we call faith. And so I encourage you in this moment, think about the bridges in your life, the ones you've been excited to cross, and the ones you've been not so excited to cross. And see where you can find God's hand in all of that. See where God put people and experiences in your path, in your life, to make sure that even in difficulty, you had safe passage to another side. So, goodbye, bridge. You served us well, and the new bridge will continue to serve us well too. Thanks.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on now, sail